see it?
I did, it was lovely. And I didn't get a wink's worth of sleep, and that might have been because of the full moon as well, if you believe in that kind of thing. And we've got some rain on the way overnight tonight, and then some wet and windy weather to come through the second half of the weekend. In the short term, there's still some sunshine, but we will see cloud amounts increasing through the rest of the afternoon. So there's the rain from overnight tonight. And then this is Storm Ashley, named by Met Air, and it'll bring us some wet and windy weather, but at the moment we aren't in the warning areas. So this is the satellite picture from earlier. We've got some high-level cloud around. We also had some of this morning's fog lift into cloud, but around those areas we have got some spells of sunshine, and we will have further spells of sunshine, particularly in the east. But you can just see this cloud creeping in from the west, and after dark we'll start to see a little bit of rain creeping onto the hills and spreading eastwards this evening. Temperatures before then above average, around 16 degrees, which is 61 Fahrenheit. The breeze will pick up through this evening. Some rain spreading eastwards this evening, then it'll be cloudy overnight. Another band of rain for the second half of the night. This one looks heavy for a time, and temperatures will fall back underneath all that cloud and rain to around 12 or 13 degrees. So a wet start to the weekend, but that morning rain is gradually going to clear away, and it'll brighten up from the west. Certainly by the afternoon it looks like it's pleasant. The odd isolated shower, but generally dry and fine with some spells of sunshine, and temperatures once again above average for the time of year. Some heavy rain sweeping eastwards on Sunday morning, followed by very windy conditions with the risk of gales. Claire.
Keeley, thank you. You'll keep us posted, I know, on that weather forecast.
And for some of us, it was a foggy start to the day, but it turned out to be a pleasant enough day. We have got some stormy weather to come over the weekend. I'll be back with all of the details later in the programme.
Keeley, aren't they? Because the weather's not looking too good, is it?
It really doesn't, no. It looks like it's going to be wet and windy. Some heavy rain on Sunday morning, I'm afraid, for those runners. Did you see it?
I didn't. No, what time was this one?
Good. That leads nicely into... This was last night, Amanda.
Do tell, right,
It was
yes.
the supermoon last night. Loads of you saw it because we've been getting absolutely loads of pictures of it. It was the supermoon. It was the hunter's moon as well. And it's a supermoon because it's closest to the Earth, so it's bigger and brighter than a regular moon. We've got another picture of it there. As I say, we've had scores of pictures arriving. We're not getting our next supermoon, which will be the last of the year, until the 15th of November. So if you missed it last night, Amanda,
it's in the calendar.
You can see it in November. You can get your pictures coming in. Thank you for all the pictures to the Weather Watchers page. We're on social media as well, Keeley.Donovan on Instagram. So a mixed bag of weather over the weekend. There will be some wet weather. There'll also be some sunshine. Tomorrow afternoon looks very pleasant, but I'm afraid wet and windy weather on Sunday. It's all thanks to this area of low pressure. It's been named Storm Ashley by Met Air, and the strongest of the winds will be for Northern Ireland and northwest Scotland, but it will still be very blustery for our part of the world with the risk of gales, particularly Sunday night into Monday. So we've had some pleasant weather today after that fog lifted, but we have over the last few hours seen cloud increasing and outbreaks of rain spreading eastwards. We'll then have a bit of a lull, but it will stay fairly cloudy, and then another band of rain will move in from the west later in the night, and this rain will be heavy in places. Quite a gusty wind, not as windy as it will be on Sunday, but quite blustery overnight too, and temperatures dropping back to around 12 or 13 degrees. Let's have a quick look at those high water times at 5:44 in Scarborough and at 6 o'clock on the nose in Bridlington. So we'll start the day on a wet note. That heavy rain moving away through the morning. It'll brighten up from the west, and I think by the afternoon we should all be dry. There could be the odd isolated shower, but most of us dry with some good spells of sunshine, and temperatures still above average for the time of year, reaching 15, possibly even 16 degrees. 16 is 61 Fahrenheit, with a moderate breeze from the west. And then it goes downhill again into Sunday. Heavy rain sweeping eastwards through the morning, brightening up for the afternoon, but it will be very windy with the risk of gales overnight into Monday. Amanda?
I tell you, who'd run a marathon on that Sunday?
Not me and you.
No, we'll be watching from home. That's it from...